Hi, friends. We're moving to the Insight Timer app as always, momentarily. Hello, my love. Oh, everyone's joining. Welcome, friends. We will wait about a minute for our community to join. And while we're waiting, we'll do our little sound test. So I'm just going to step back onto my mat so we can make sure that the right mic is engaged. So if I'm back here like this, la 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 la, can you still hear me? Hi, Valerie. Okay, great. Thanks, Sabina. Thanks, Valerie. Thank you, Maria. Beautiful. All right, well, we'll wait just a few more moments and then we will get started. Hello. Ah, feel free to share. Mm, feel free to share something you're grateful for in the chat. I'm grateful for all of us being here together. Thank you, Maria. Hmm. Ah, beautiful. Free will. Hmm. I'm grateful for my courage. All right. Well, again, if you wish, drop in the chat something you're grateful for today. We're going to get started. The fire in the fireplace. Wonderful, cozy feeling. All right. Well, a very warm welcome, my friends. My name is Selena, for anyone that I'm getting to meet for the first time. And today's session is going to be different than anything we've done here before. It's it's so wonderful to have some inspiration and motivation to move our bodies. And I know for many of us, sometimes we get too much in the mind, or we feel like we have too many other responsibilities, and the body care gets put on the back burner, so to speak. So I created these sessions for the next couple of weeks before I'm gone again, traveling, for us to just come together for as long as you wish. I've set the time for the session to be 30 minutes. And we're only going to be doing sun salutations. Now, you're welcome to do whatever you wish. Maybe you start with 5 sun salutations or Surya Namaskar A, and then you decide you want to do more of a practice and not do what I'm doing. That's totally great. This is really just a space for us to show up and give our bodies some love, and of course, our minds, emotions, and spirits as well. So I'm going to show a couple of variations that you may wish to take for your sun salutations. And then you may wish to do 3, you may wish to do 5, you may wish to join me for 20. So however many you'd like to do, this is really for you, about you. Yes? And before I move into a couple of variations, I'd also like to share 2 brief things. One, please honor your body. This is about you and your experience in yourself. And 2, for anyone who is not familiar with the wholeness of yoga, yoga is so much more than the stretching, the physical postures. The asanas or the physical postures are just one aspect of these 8 limbs of yoga. And also, for anyone I'm getting to meet today for the first time, I have many recordings on the app. I have a couple of courses here on the app. I lead live sessions each week. We come together to move our bodies, and we also move into community time together where we meditate and have introspection. And you can find all of my live sessions on my profile page. And for anyone who's unfamiliar with the donation process, donations are always gratefully received if you feel that freedom in your heart to give. And part of the donation goes to the instructor here, me in this case, and then part goes to Insight Timers. So thank you for your presence, for your time. And we're going to get started. So I invite you to have a yoga mat and anything else that you may wish to use if you continue on with your practice today beyond our Sun Salutations. So for me, sometimes I have some parts of my body that are really holding tension. And so to dive right into Surya Namaskar A, which we're about to do, can be a little much. So I invite you, if you have any preparatory poses to be able to comfortably move through sun salutations, do those. For me, sometimes doing some deep stretches in the inner thighs helps to release low back tension. Or maybe for you, you need to open your arms and your chest a little more. I invite you to take a moment to do any little stretches that you need, and then jump into our Surya Namaskar practice. Okay, couple of variations here. And you're welcome to just dive in if you're ready to go. Otherwise, I'm going to be sharing a couple of variations here that I like to invite. You're welcome to do whatever serves you best, of course. So I inhale, I reach my arms up, and then many of us, we're still working on core strength. And so when we come forward like this, there's strain in the low back. So I invite you, if you're still working on building core strength, or if there's just a lot of tension in the body, when you come forward, bend your knees. This takes some of that tension off of the low back. And then you can fold forward with the support of the legs. And then we come into our half lift. We lengthen the spine. You're welcome to do this with fingertips to shins, long spine, flat back, shoulders back. Or if you have that space, you can have the palms flat and work with your lengthening from there. Then we come back to our high plank pose. Now, from plank, this is really where I want to show the variations here. One, you can come down knees and then use the strength of your arms to lower onto the belly. Or maybe you'd like to come down knees and then chest and chin. And then we'll move forward, reaching the heart forward. The pubic bone stays in contact with the mat here. Elbows pull back and in close. Untuck the toes. Curl up through the spine for Cobra, Bhujangasana. And you can see here my pubic bone is in contact. I'm not doing this, which can really crunch and strain the lumbar spine area. So we have option here for Cobra. Or if you wish, I invite you, if you're coming into Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog, the thighs are completely off the mat. You're pressing into the tops of the feet, long active body, chest reaches forward, shoulders back. So we have this very active pose with the thighs off of the mat. And then whichever you choose, we come back to our downward facing dog. Feel free to take 5 breaths in downward facing dog. Make sure you're drawing the navel toward the spine rather than dropping down. Draw the navel in. So we take care of that back and then press the heart back. And then the last invitation I have here, if you have tight hamstrings, tight glutes, tight back, if you have tight shoulders and pecs, tight chest, bend your knees, press your chest back, and work your downward facing dog from here. Now, maybe as your body starts to warm up, you feel more open. And so you start to play with reaching the heels down if you wish. Now, if you feel that your body starts to go like this because there's just too much tension, you bend the knees, you lengthen, you press the chest back, and you find that nice space again. All right, my loves, welcome to those just joining. We're going to dive into our practice now. So again, you're welcome to join for 3, For 5, you're welcome to go on and do something else, of course. And we're going to move through this together approximately 20 times. Take your time. You can go at your pace. I'll be here doing them with you. Maybe for the first few, I will vocalize the cues so we can have them in our awareness. And then after that, I'll be quiet and we can just really be with our own experience, be with the breath, be with the movement, be with where you are today. Let's start at the top of the mat. Either the big toes touch or the big toes are pointing forward, feet underneath the hips, palms touch at the heart. Inhale, reach up, lengthen the spine. Exhale, option to bend the knees as you bow forward. Fingertips to shins or palms flat. Inhale, half lift and lengthen long spine. Exhale to fold. Bend the knees, plant the palms, and then step or lightly hop back, high plank, and then lower down to the knees first or through chaturanga, and then come up cobra or upward facing dog, your choice. Make your way back, downward facing dog, 5 deep breaths. Draw the navel toward the spine. Option to bend the knees here. Press the chest back. Root down through the base of the index fingers and thumbs and see that the creases of the wrists are parallel to the top of the mat. Shoulders pull up away from ears. Crown of the head reaches toward fingers. Inhale, look forward between the hands. Exhale, bend the knees to step. Lightly hop to the top of the mat, fold forward. Press into the feet, option to bend the knees as you inhale to rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, lengthen. Option to bend the knees as you exhale. Draw the navel toward the spine as you fold. Inhale, half lift and lengthen. Exhale, bend the knees, step, or lightly hop back, lower down to the knees or through chaturanga. Make your way to upward facing dog or cobra. 5 slow breaths and downward facing dog. Bend the knees if there's that tension in the chest or the back body. If the heels are reaching down, feel the heels pulling apart gently. Activate the legs. Navel towards spine. Inhale, look forward between the hands. Exhale, bend the knees to step. Lightly hop to the top of the mat, fold forward. Press into the feet, option to bend the knees as you rise up, palms touch. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, option to bend the knees. Inhale, half lift and lengthen, shoulders back, long spine. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, plant the palms, step, or lightly hop back. Move through your flow here. Remember, upward facing dog, thighs are off of the mat. Cobra, pubic bone stays in contact with the mat. Once you're in downward facing dog, see that the creases of the wrists are parallel to the top of the mat. Root down through the base of the index fingers and thumbs. Inner elbows roll forward. Heart presses back toward thighs. Draw the navel in. Long spine. Inhale, look forward between the hands. Exhale, bend the knees to step or lightly hop to the top of the mat. Fold forward. Inhale, rise all the way up, palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart. Beautiful. So we'll continue on. I will be quiet now. If you ever need a reminder or a reference, you can always look at what I'm doing. Again, feel free to do as many as you wish. I invite you, if you do quite a few, if you do 10 or follow me toward the 20 repetitions, make sure to take some time at the end today for Shavasana, even if you're not here with us in the session. Yes? Enjoy. Be really aware of your body breathing. Slow, deep breaths in and out of the nose. Can you meet yourself with kindness, with presence, rather than pushing, forcing? Can you let this feel good? Keep reminding yourself of all the little cues that I gave if that feels good for your body. Engaging, supporting your body. Soften the lips. Allow a space between the teeth and the jaw. And remember, taking options to bend the knees doesn't mean you're any less awesome or any less spiritual or any less athletic. It means that you're exploring what your body needs, honoring your body, and ultimately supporting your body develop the strength and flexibility it will need to feel really good in these poses. And of course, at any time you feel like you need to modify, maybe your wrists get sore, anything like this, feel free to modify. Whatever you need, this is for you. A space for us to be in community and taking care of ourselves. And you can also take a pause too. Maybe you're flowing and you need to take a few breaths just standing or in the resting posture. Totally okay. For some of us, These movements with this kind of repetition are really new. So we really do need to start with maybe just 3 or 5 repetitions, maybe even less, as our bodies get conditioned and strengthened and learn how to be in these postures. There's really no finish line in life. Notice what is shifting inside with your breath, your movement, your awareness. And remember, if you've decided to be complete, you can always just lie down, take Shavasana, allow your system to integrate. So much energy moves in these postures. I don't know, I think for me, the most powerful part of our asanas is the way that the postures and the breath actually allow energy to move through our systems. So take some time to integrate. For anyone that I'm pacing with, we are on our last 5. Where can you let go a little more? Soften rather than push and force. And if you're still moving with me, I invite you to take these last couple to be extra mindful, aware of every micro movement, every breath, the movement of energy, Shakti, prana, this life force activated within us. And if you are choosing to be in Shavasana, allow yourself to really rest in stillness. Allow the thoughts to pass by one after the next, rather than holding on to them and getting lost in thought. So if you have continued on, and maybe you're choosing to move into other asanas, or you're almost complete with Shavasana, I invite you to join me for a rest either now or at the end of your practice. Beautiful. Okay. And again, the same way we did at the beginning of practice, if you feel right now, after all of these sun salutations, that your body needs a couple of extra postures to help it let go, feel free to take that also. You might want to do some stretching for the arms and the shoulders. Yes, we'll see how our arms are doing for anyone who's joining for our vinyasa practice that happens tomorrow. Maybe we'll have some jello arms and we'll spend some time really releasing. So we'll just lie down for another minute. I know some of you have been lying down for some time already. Just a few moments here. Close the eyes. Feet wide, toes fall out to the sides, palms up to the sky. Let it all go. Let the breathing be however it is. Let the breathing go. Feel the muscles melting down into the earth. I invite you to rest here in Shavasana for as long as it feels good. If you're ready to complete, you can move the fingers and toes with a sense of kindness. Yes, it's so important for us to be kind with these bodies. They are such a gift. Reach your arms up along your ears. You can point your toes and stretch. Bend the knees. Roll over onto one side. And use the hands to slowly come up to a seat with the eyes closed. We'll complete today with chanting Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, peace, peace, peace. Palms touch at the heart. Take a deep breath in. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. I love you. Thank you for joining me for this brief asana practice. I'll come over to the computer to sit with you for a moment before we close the session. Yes, KH is asking only this for today. Yes, that is all we were doing today. Today was just sun salutations. No other postures other than Shavasana. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. I'm so glad. Yeah, I invite you to notice how you feel for anyone who's still here. How do you feel inside? What do you notice inside of you? What has shifted from the beginning of practice up until this point or until now? What do you notice? It's amazing. Yes, the asanas uh, strengthen the body, stretch the body, help to purify the body. But there's so much more that is happening. It is moving stagnant energy. It is helping things to align internally, energetically. Wonderful, Valerie. Great, Sabina. Great, KH. Yeah. More conscious breathing. Yes. More focus, right? So that maybe there isn't as much space for the mind to do all of its wandering that it does. Beautiful. Well, just a little pop in and pop out. Yeah, that's what this was designed for, rather than a full practice and being here for so long. So I thank you for taking a pause in your day to join. I thank you for your donations. Thank you so much. We'll be together tomorrow for our full Vinyasa Asana practice. Yes, that happens at 2 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday, right? So I'll be here again tomorrow for a full practice. Make sure to roll your wrists or do anything that you need to stretch other parts of the body that maybe got more work than they're used to today, especially the wrists. Yeah, if we're not used to doing this kind of repetition. And then next week, we're going to have the same asana schedule we did this week. We'll have asana together, full vinyasa flow practice on Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern. And then Thursday, we'll get together again for a brief sun salutation session like this. And then on Friday, we'll meet again for a full session. Oh, wonderful, Shay. Now, which pose should you hold the most? Downward facing dog. It's not about, I guess I hear what your question is. In downward facing dog, we take 5 breaths. All of the other postures, we're taking single breaths. Yes, right. So we inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, plank, exhale, lower down, inhale, cobra or upward facing dog, exhale back, and then we take 5 breaths in downward facing dog. For anyone who missed the beginning, I invite you to join for the beginning next time, because I will break these things down just briefly. I spent a little longer today, but I'll just briefly break down options for these poses and also the breathing and physical cues to remind us of some ways that can feel supported. Okay, thank you. Enjoy, drink a lot of water. Yes, help to flush toxins out that we've stirred up. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow or next week. Next week, Wednesday, we also have our satsang coming together for meditation and introspection and just being together. So 4 times we get to be together again next week as well. I love you. Thank you for being here. Hi, Brandy. What a treat. Oh, love you. Hi, Itina. Oh, wonderful. So grateful you're here. Come join on the Insight Timer app next time. It's a free app, and that's where I see the discussion. So I don't see the chats here on YouTube until after. But if you join for the session on the app, which is really easy, you just download it and click on join in the live session, then we get to interact more. Yeah, yeah, I didn't see your any of your comments. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, and on Insight Timer, that's where you can see my whole live schedule, and you can click reminders, and we can just stay more in touch that way. But Brandy, you know how to be in touch with me otherwise. Athena, wonderful to have you. Thanks for joining us. All right. Blessings, blessings, all my love. Wonderful to be together and practice together. Mm.